Hi there boys and girls, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to the Random Geek channel. If this is the first time that you've been here, I am the Random Geek, and what I do is I review the best budget tech gadgets out there. So if you're having a bit of a deja vu moment staring at this product, so this is the Romoss SW20 Pro power bank. So this is a 20,000 mAh battery bank. That's because I recently reviewed the Sense 8 30,000 mAh battery from the same brand. And the reason why I got this one is a lot smaller and more importantly, it's flight legal. So in Australia, especially if you're flying with Qantas or Virgin, and in most airlines around the world, the maximum size battery that you can carry on your carry-on luggage is maximum of 99 watt hours. So unfortunately, the Romoss Sense 8 Plus, the 30,000 mAh battery, fantastic battery, very versatile. It's massive. It weighs over 700 grams, and the unfortunate thing, it's 111 watt hours. So technically, the authorities, if they were searching correctly when you're going through to go on your flight, technically they can actually take this device off you because it's over the limit, and that's true to the regulations for safety. So in this case, the 20,000 mAh one pretty much spec-wise does the very similar thing to the Sense 8, and the thing is it falls under the 99 watt hour limit. So I think this is 77 watt hours, if my calculations are correct. So you're going to get a very similar performance spec-wise, also in terms of features and functions, and it does contain a bit one or two extra things that the Sense 8 doesn't have. So if you're looking for something cheaper and also for something smaller, this might be the battery bank for you. And the best thing is this retails for 30 Australian dollars. So the unfortunate thing about living in Australia, everything is really expensive, and especially if you're buying it from a local retailer. So if you're in Australia, you'll be going to your Harvey Normans, your JB Hi-Fis, your Bingleys. Power banks in Australia are exorbitantly expensive. So for a 20,000 mAh battery of similar specs in Australia, you'll be paying about 100 to 200 Australian dollars. This one retails, and you get this on Amazon for 30 Australian dollars. So to put that in perspective, it's about 8-9 times cheaper. In terms of specs, it's probably better. You can buy it from Amazon's, and if you're unaware, Romoss is it's in terms of in the power bank space, they're a legacy brand, so they've been around forever. So ever since like the whole power bank craze has exploded over the last 1.5 decades now, I believe. Yeah, Romoss, very decent Chinese brand here. So what we're going to do is we're going to open it up and have a look to see what's in it, and I'm going to run through the features that this one actually has. So if a bit of deja vu, very plain packaging on the box. So we see on the side that if this is an official pack, it will always contain the packaging date. So this was actually packed only a month ago. So we're in January now, so the 24th of December last year, and it will have the official Romoss seal on the side. So really basic packaging. You're not going to get like an iPhone experience unboxing these, and these are very basic in that you only get the power bank and the manual. You don't get a power brick, you don't get a power cable at all to charge it, but that's not a problem, and I'll explain why. So we're going to flip it on the side, and we'll go through the actual specs. So this is the SW20 Pro, so 20,000 milliampere battery, and it's 74 watt hours, so definitely under that 99 watt hours limit. The great thing about this device is, and the reason why you don't get the power adapter or cable, is the input ability. So most power banks, you can only charge it with one port, so it's either a micro USB, a lightning, or a USB type C. In this case, the Romoss does all three. So if you're like me, you've probably got drawers filled with cables, micro USB, lightning cables, and USB type C cables. You've probably collected 20 or 30 cables. In my case, I've probably got hundreds of cables lying around. Regardless of which cable that you've got, and if you've got like a spare like phone adapter, anything with a like USB port, you can technically charge this device to wherever you go, and that's the important thing. So regardless if you're an Apple fan, you're an Android fan, you have a spare cable, you have an old legacy cables, you'll be able to charge this device. Obviously with the lightning cable, lightning cable is anything but lightning. Apple, please move on to USB type C. I love you guys, I love your products, but it's time for the lightning cable to go. But if you do have an old like lightning cable, you're gonna get 5 volts, 2.1 amps, so you're gonna get 10 watts pretty much there. If you're using like micro USB, you've got 2 options. So you've got the 10 amps and you've got 18 watts. So if you've got a high powered like phone adapter, that's not going to be a problem. Obviously it's going to charge fastest on they call it the Fit Plus port. So every single power bank company will have their own version of fast charging. So with Qualcomm, they've got their Qualcomm 3.0, Xiaomi's got their own brand, Huawei's got their own brand, like you name it, Oppo, yeah. So in this case with Romoss, they call it their Fit Plus range. So with the input with the micro, with the USB type C, we're charging either at 10 watts or 18 watts. So obviously you want to get your fastest charger with the USB type C. So if you've got a fast charger like a spare Qualcomm charger, either 2.0, 3.0 spec or above, it's going to be perfect. Also, the USB type C port is going to be your reversible port. So you're going to get charging and output as well. And obviously with the USB type C ports, you're going to get your 15 watts, your 18 watts, and also your 20 watt outputs. Also on the ends, you'll get your standard USB type A ports. One's going to be like fast charge compatible, and the other one's is going to be your standard slow charging port. So this one only weighs 463 grams, so a lot lighter than the other one. So the Sense 8 Plus was just under 700 grams, so you're saving a lot of weight, and especially if you're traveling, every single amount of weight counts. Especially like me, I tend to fly as light as possible, so you can buy as much as possible, and I bring that back, stuff back. Size wise, it's about 17 centimeters, 80 millimeters, and 23.8. So it's substantially thinner than the Sense 8, and I'll pull out the Sense 8 in an actual comparison. And obviously that's just on the back. So what we're going to do is I'm going to pull out my little knife, get the camera to focus, and we're going to slide it across. So you're going to see inside, very basic power bank. That's all that you get. And the thing is, the reason why I like this one is you get a smart digital display. So think about it as having a voltmeter built in. So most of the newer power banks will have a digital display to show you the charge of the device. So it will show you if it's 100% or not. But this thing actually does one step further, and it shows you the voltage and the amperage going out from the ports. So it's smart in a way if you want to know how fast things are charging or how much power it is being pulled out of the device. So all it is it comes in this little plastic thing, very standard, and all you get is a little manual. So it's really basic. Same as before, very nicely built. So you'll put it in the back of your mind, but you're getting this for 30 Australian dollars. So to put that in perspective, that's about 22, 23 US dollars at the moment, and 15 pounds. I spend more on lunch every single day than what have I spent in this one. So we see nice little branding here. So this is really firm. It doesn't squeak at all. It's nice plastic construction. So this is poly carbonate, really rugged. You'll be throwing this around in your bag and nothing's gonna happen to it at all. It's nice and white, so that basically means if you get scratches in it, you won't see the scratches, and this is gonna scuff up like crazy, but who cares? That's what power banks are built for. So really on side, so that's the screen there, turn it on, and unlike to most power banks with only the 4 LED lights, you get a full digital display. So it came with 78% charge, so that's a pretty decent charge. So the thing with Romoss is they use high quality cells inside. So inside 18650 cells, and yeah, so they're rated for high output and highest number of life cycles. So I think this is rated for 2000 cycles, and at 20,000 milliamp hour batteries, that's going to charge a lot of like devices. So your mobile phone, your Switch, you think it. So it does up to 18 watts out. So it's not going to charge things like a Surface or a MacBook Pro, especially when it's not on. It will trickle charge those devices. So if you have it switched on, and you can plug those in, and those things will slow charge over time. Then again, you're not going to get a high like power delivery for power banks in this price range. So things like the Anchor power cores with power delivery, and you're putting out like 60 watts. Both things retail in Australia for just under 300. The fact that this is like 10 times cheaper, I think I'll go with this one here. So really nice there, it's green. Obviously pulled it off, and this is where it gets interesting here. So obviously on the left hand side, these are your charging points. So you've got your micro USB, your lightning cable, and your reversible USB type C. Also remember that this device also allows you to pass through charging, so you can charge this device at the same time that it is charging your other devices. So technically you could have an input here, and then you'll be using all 3 ports. Best bet if you want to charge this at the fastest rate while it's discharging, obviously use the USB type C port and use the other 2. So this is your equivalent to your smart charging. So they control it in there, figures out how fast your device can recharge, and it will select the appropriate voltage and amperage out there. And this is obviously your slower old-fashioned USB type A port. So yep, branding on the back. So it feels really nice in the hand, and it's so much lighter. So in comparison, this is the 30 Plus. So we're gonna put them aside and we're gonna have a look. So technically very similar in size, but here's the difference. Look how thick the the Sense 8 Plus is. So the 30 milliamp hour one in comparison. So that's probably like 60% of the width, and it's substantially heavy. This is like half like a house brick. I could probably throw this to someone and it will do quite a lot of damage. Also, you don't get the smart screen, the display here. So yeah, so I thought I would make this. If you're looking for a like an awesome power bank and you don't want to break the bank, so don't head into JB Hi-Fi and pay those exorbitant prices. Yeah, because I went through my local shop and I was really surprised at the pricing, and we don't really stock even a high quality brands at my local store, and 10,000 milliamp hour battery banks were going for $100 Australian. I was like, I could not believe it. And anything like above that, like especially doing like fast charging as well, you were looking at 180, 200 Australian dollars. And whoopie-doo, you can actually get this for like 30. So I know where I spent my money. So this is where my money went. And I thought that if you guys weren't aware, these guys are a high quality brand, and yeah, you can't go like a miss just getting this one here. So I'm going to end this video here. I will do another video following this one. So this is the generalized unboxing and preview video. The second video, I'll be having looking at the actual ports to see what power I'm getting out of the ports, the amount of power that I can get out of it, obviously the discharge out of it, and also how fast it's gonna charge. That's more of a nerdy geeky video, so it's only for those guys who are really like interested in the finer details. Remember, this is the Random Geek channel, and I try to do the most comprehensive like reviews out there as possible. Anyway, give us a like, a thumbs up, you know, press that subscribe button, smash that notification bell. If you're like a current subscriber, you know that I post pretty much every single 3 to 4 days if I can. I have an extremely busy schedule, but I try to take time like out of my life just to make videos. This is a hobby. And just a heads up, I'm not sponsored by anyone. I buy everything out of my own pocket. All the opinions are my own. So I'm just not going to be swayed. I'm an old man. I'm not going to get swayed by things. I'm too old and jaded for that. Anyway, if you like that and you want to see more, you know what to do. Anyway, Random Geek out. Cheers, guys.